Good evening, Premal Bhai.
Good evening, Purvesh.
Thank you so very much for joining me this evening.
It's the other way around. Thank you for having me.
Are sir, you are always welcome. Premal Bhai, you have been telling me that you have filed a few matters during this lockdown before the High Court. How it is been done and how is the approach of the court?
It is a new way and system of filing, e-filing. The filing is done online. You have to argue through video conferencing in the court.
Right.
And it's a unique and a new experience for all of us. But all concerned persons, whether it be the registry, courts, or even lawyers, we are taking it very positively.
Right.
It's a good experience.
And how is the approach of the court for the matters?
Quite positive. See, it is a new system and a new way of arguing matters. So initial hiccups are always there. But gradually, I think because of the positive approach of all, including courts, things are going quite smoothly.
Right. Is it convenient without proper equipment of scanning and proper equipment with respect to printing with the advocates in their offices? How is it convenient? How much is it convenient to do e-filing at present?
I tell you, Purvesh, even if a lawyer is not having proper infrastructure at his residence, he is not in a position to have access to his office. Still, it is very much possible because of the fact that nowadays we have many good applications and softwares which can be used in smartphones. If you have a simple smartphone, which I feel everybody has, you can use the CAM scanner application. You can also go for digital signature of the documents. You can do paging through such applications and file it. You don't require a piece of paper. You don't need a printer. So it is very much possible.
True. So, Brahma, when have you decided to join law as a profession, or was it your always choice to become lawyer?
I belong to a lawyer's family. My mother, my father, my elder brother, all are lawyers. Now, still, profession of law was never a plan A for me. It was always a plan B for me because I was very much into cricket. I was playing cricket professionally. In fact, I started playing at the age of 8. I represented Saurashtra in under 16-19 in organized by BCCI national level. And I shifted because I was pursuing my career in cricket. I shifted to Bombay to play competitive cricket. I played for Air India on contract basis, where my captain was Sanjay Manjrekar. So I was very much serious into the field of cricket. In fact, there's one more interesting thing which I would like to share with you. I had an opportunity to bowl to Sachin Tendulkar. He's the god of cricket, and it was the dream come true for me.
Excellent.
So I was playing at a good level. I was representing Air India in various tournaments with international players playing those tournaments.
Right.
So the level of cricket that I was playing was quite good.
Right.
But not that great. And a point came in my life when I had to take a decision whether to go on with cricket, because during those days platforms like IPL were not available. So when I was faced with a situation where I had to choose that whether I should continue with cricket at the age of 22, 23, or to join the legal profession, because I had completed my graduation at that time. And I took a serious and conscious decision that it is high time for me now to take that decision, and I decided that I should join legal profession. So, and that is how I entered into the profession.
Right. So from which college have you pursued your law, sir?
I did it from Jamnagar MP Shah Law College. I did my graduation from R.A. Podar College of Bombay. Thereafter, as I told you, I took that decision of joining this profession. So I went back, and I always had that thing in mind that if I enter into this profession, I would be practicing in Gujarat High Court.
Right.
So I came back to Gujarat and did my law from Jamnagar.
Right. So were you serious while studying your law subjects? I mean, in your law college.
I was serious in my studies right from my schooling days.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting good marks
Mm-hmm.
in school, in my college.
Right.
But while studying law, since I was playing professionally cricket, I was not able to find much time while I was studying law
Mm-hmm.
to take the this legal field very seriously. I have to be candid in saying so.
Right.
But once I got my sanad, as since this my nature is such that I am always a studious person,
Mm-hmm.
I started and I became serious.
All right. So what difference you find in the legal education system when you studied, sir, in the law college at Jamnagar and the legal system now prevailing in the country?
I find, Purvish, that the legal system which is prevailing right now,
Legal education system, sir. Sorry, I missed.
yes, I'm sorry, the legal education system you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
I find that legal education system right now is better than the legal education system which we had in our days,
Mm-hmm.
because of the fact that in older times,
Mm-hmm.
after 12th, you have to give 3 years for getting your bachelor's degree, and thereafter you enter into law.
Right.
But now, because of this 5 years integrated course,
Mm-hmm.
immediately after 12th, you enter into the field of law. So you save on 1 year, and immediately after 12th, you get an opportunity to learn in the legal field. So
Right.
it is always better, because you're much focused, you're concentrating right after 12th, you're getting this opportunity to learn various provisions of law.
Right. So,
And you're also saving 1 year,
right.
which is also important.
Right, sir. Sir, any changes that you expected to be carried out in the present legal education system?
As I said, I find this legal education system better. So I would not, in fact, I don't think any major changes are required.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because of the fact that I have been fortunate enough to have judged various moot courts in various institutes of law,
Mm-hmm.
and the level of preparation which the law students come up with is quite impressive. They're well focused, they're well prepared in the subjects which are given to them. So I don't find much change is required in the present legal education system. A minor change still I would suggest is the time of internship. I feel that the internship period should be increased, because I'm a believer of the fact that practical knowledge is always better than theoretical knowledge.
True.
It would always be better to have more duration for internship, because while doing your internship, a law student would gain more knowledge and experience than he would gain in the classroom.
Right, sir. Probably, that's what I have heard. My knowledge, my information are that your daughter is in acting, and what is it all about, sir?
Not acting. She's into singing.
Oh.
I tell you, I am surrounded by celebrities in my house.
Uh-huh.
I would like to share. I would start with my elder brother.
Yes, sir.
He is a lawyer by profession,
Mm-hmm.
but by passion he is an artist.
Right.
His name Viral. He is practicing in Jamnagar, but he is very much into this field of drama. In fact, he has received an award from Gujarat government, a very prestigious award, Gaurav Puraskar, for his contribution in the field of drama. He has also been into acting. He has acted and played a pivotal role in a Gujarati movie. He has, in fact, received several national awards in drama. So this is how things are happening for him. Secondly, I would come to my niece now. My niece, Riva, she is also into acting. And she is pursuing her acting and studies in Bombay. She has acted in 2 Gujarati movies. She has also acted in the first Gujarati web series. And recently, she is a part of a play
Mm-hmm.
in which leading role is in which Sharman Joshi is acting. Sharman Joshi, you must be aware of.
Yes, yes.
Three and Golmaal fame.
Right, sir.
So she's also doing that play with him.
Uh-huh.
Then I would come to my wife.
Uh-huh.
She is also anchoring quite a few shows on local TV channels.
Right.
And you must have seen the recent ad, which was there was an awareness video,
Mm-hmm.
which was being shown on various news channels on the first day of lockdown.
Right.
She has featured in that awareness video, which was produced by Gujarat government, and even our Prime Minister has also tweeted it on his handle, Twitter handle.
Right.
Then comes my daughter. She is into singing.
Uh-huh.
She has sung in two Gujarati movies.
Right.
One is Mission Mummy and another is Lambo Rasto.
Uh-huh.
She's learning classical singing as well.
Right.
She's playing keyboard, she's playing guitar, she's learning all these instruments as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it. In between all of them, I'm a simple lawyer.
Oh, sir. that's quite modest of you. Premal bhai, can you just tell me, I mean, what do you advise to advocates who are pursuing, I mean, the students who are pursuing law now? When shall they start going to court regularly?
Sooner the better. As I said, that practical knowledge is far better than theoretical knowledge. So, as and when they get opportunity, they should start going to courts.
Right.
They start with their internships, because that will help them a lot. They will gain immense experience and knowledge. So it's always better if you start soon.
So when have you started, sir?
As I told you, I belong to a lawyer's family. My father is a practicing lawyer, a senior lawyer in Jamnagar, practicing since last 48 years. Unfortunately, my mother, she passed away in the year 91. She was also one of the leading female lawyers of Jamnagar. So I have that background. I started immediately after I joined this legal profession. When I started my studies in law, I was attending my father's office. Though, as I told you, since I was very much concentrating on cricket, I was not finding much time to attend. But whenever I was getting the opportunity, I used to attend the office and also joining in the trial court to get some experience of trial court.
Right. And sir, when have you shifted to Gujarat High Court for your practice?
Immediately after I got my sanat. I was waiting for my sanat after completion of 3 years course. I got the degree and immediately I shifted to Gujarat High Court.
Whom have you started?
And joined.
Yeah, yes, sir. Whom have you started your practice with? That was the question. Yes, sir.
Yes, I joined the office of eminent senior lawyer Prakash Bhai Thakkar.
Oh, right, sir. So, what have you learned from Prakash Bhai? What do you carry along from Prakash Bhai till date?
The list is endless. The qualities which he possesses are so many that, as I told you, the list is endless. I've learned many things from him. In fact, whatever little I have been able to achieve in this profession, I owe it to him. See, there are many qualities. I would like to name a few of his qualities out of many qualities that he possesses.
Yeah.
He is very disciplined. He is very hardworking. He is very meticulous. And above all, I feel that his art of mastering facts is also very impressive. He is very spontaneous. If an out-of-box question or a query is raised by the court, he would deal with that query with utmost ease because of his presence of mind. And the level of preparation of matters which I have seen, it always amazed me, because he would prepare a matter in a manner that, if he's arguing a matter and if he has developed 4 to 5 points in that matter, on each point, he will be having judgments, right from the first judgment on that point till the latest judgment on that point. And not only that, but he would also be ready and prepared with the judgments which other side might cite.
Right.
So that he is in a position to distinguish those judgments in rejoinder.
Right.
This was the level of preparation that he used to have in the matter.
Right.
I've learned many of I've learned many things from him, and I try to adopt many of his qualities.
Right, sir. Sir, were you nervous when you first time appeared before the court?
Obviously, I was. I would not say no to that. I was very much nervous when I was appearing for the first time in the court.
Mm-hmm.
My legs were shivering,
Mm-hmm.
but I tried to show that I am cool and calm, I'm composed.
Mm-hmm.
But that nervousness was there.
Right.
And I would also say that even as on date, whenever I come across a very complicated or a contested matter, I am nervous.
Right.
But I feel that nervousness, Purvish, is very much needed, because that nervousness is leading you to prepare a matter so thoroughly,
Right.
that you, to the best of your abilities, you will be preparing such matter because of your nervousness to overcome that. And that would help you not to become complacent in any matter.
Right. So, sir, when have you become Premalbhai independent, and how difficult was it for you to come out from the sheltered office of Prakash sir and to stand on your own legs in the profession?
It was indeed very difficult. It was one of the toughest decisions of my life, because I have worked in his office for a period of, say, 7 years. And the decision of getting independent is very tough, because of the fact that you are getting a good salary. It is difficult for you to think about a situation where suddenly, if you get independent and if you don't get enough matters to maintain your life, to maintain your family. So it is always tough when you are taking that decision, whether I'm taking a correct decision or not. That thing that is always there in your mind.
Right.
So what I did was, I distinctly remember, I completed around 6 years, and thereafter that idea of getting independent came in my mind, because I was not in a position to cope up with my personal work and manage the office work as well.
Right.
So I took a decision that I should not get independent, but the insecurity and the fear in my mind that once if I get independent, I won't. What if I don't get enough matters and work? That was always there in mind. So what I did was, I started saving.
Right.
I decided that after I would save enough money so that I'm in a position to survive even without a single matter in the legal profession for a period of 1 year after I have left the office.
Right.
So I took that much amount which was required for maintaining my family for a period of 1 year after I have left the office. But luckily, after I became independent, things went very smoothly.
Right.
And it worked out really well for me.
So in fact, we had discussed earlier your habit of saving money, which is helping you out during this lockdown as well.
Yes, exactly. And I would suggest that, one must always save.
True.
To overcome and meet with the uncertainties of life, which you never know would come at any point of time, just like the current crisis situation,
right,
which no one would have expected.
Right. So, any specific matter that you can say has transformed your attitude in the legal profession?
Not exactly like transferring my attitude towards the legal profession, but there are matters which would come in life of all the lawyers. There are certain matters which you would remember throughout your life, which might be a stepping stone in your life or turn out to be a milestone in your life. There are few such matters. I remember one such matter. As a lawyer, you would remember those matters which gives you immense satisfaction as a lawyer. One such matter I remember during my early days, which required interpretation of different provisions of different laws. It was arising out of a civil suit. I may just give you brief facts of
Yes.
that matter.
Yes.
It was a suit filed by the flat owners. There was a building where on the upper levels there were residential flats. On the ground floor, there were 5 different shops. Now, all those 5 shops were purchased by one person. He converted those 5 shops into one single big unit as he wanted to start a restaurant. Now, the flat owners who had purchased the flats would be facing nuisance of that restaurant,
Right.
because it is right on the ground floor. And they had purchased their flats with a condition that no such commercial activity, apart from other small commercial activities, would come in that case. So they filed a suit seeking injunction against the shop owner. Now, they are not party to the sale deed executed by the builder with that shop owner. So they are a third party to that agreement. They filed a suit for injunction, which required the provisions of section 40 of the Transfer of Property Act, because one has to rely upon that section to seek injunction as a third party for enforcing the negative covenant in a sale deed, to which that third party is not a party. It also required interpretation of provisions of Gujarat Ownership Flats Act, Civil Procedure Code, Specific Relief Act. So there, it had got several provisions to be interpreted, and I was fortunate enough to handle that matter in High Court. It reached up to the Supreme Court, and I could not lay my hands on any of the Indian court's judgments, because there are very few judgments on ownership, Gujarat Ownership Flat Act, Section 40 of the Transfer of Property Act, which would be directly helpful to the facts of the case which I just narrated. So I did tremendous research work, and I searched English law judgments. I searched on English journal, and I could lay my hands on certain important judgments from English law journal, All England Reporter. Analogous provisions where there are similar acts and similar provisions were interpreted by the English judgments, and those judgments of 19th century helped me in winning the matter.
Right.
Because I relied upon those judgments, and I could get a good order for my client, and it was an immense satisfactory experience for me.
Right.
And a good learning experience as well.
Right. So, whom do you consider to be your ideal or a mentor in the legal profession? Other than, of course, Prashant, Prakash Bhai and your parents.
I would say Prakash Bhai.
Right.
One thing I missed out about him, even as on date Purvesh.
Yes, sir.
Whenever I receive a call from him, if I'm sitting, I would stand.
Oh.
That is the level of respect that he commands. Of course, so he would be the person I would be looking forward to. Another person would be obviously my father.
Right.
I've seen the struggle, the hardships that he has gone through in his life, because he was coming from a very humble background. And I've seen him right from my childhood days, the manner in which he used to work, and even as on date, he is about 74 years. He's still active in the profession. His honesty, his sincerity, and above all, his simplicity.
Right.
So I admire my father a lot. He is really an inspiration for my brother and for me.
Right.
He's like a god to us.
Sir, whom would you like to attribute to success, whatever success you could have achieved by now? Would you like to attribute to someone other than your parents and your seniors?
It would be my briefing lawyers.
Right. Of course.
Because of the briefing lawyers, whatever I have been able to achieve in this profession, I got the opportunity to survive in this profession. Their faith and trust which they have reposed in me has helped me grow in the profession.
Right.
So it would be my briefing lawyers, of course.
Right, sir. So, what method do you adopt to prepare raw matter that comes to you?
I'm sorry.
What methodology do you adopt to prepare a raw matter?
what I have learned from my senior's office and what I am adopting, even even as on date, I always prepare a list of events first. As I said that I try to adopt that quality of my senior, mastering the art of mastering of facts. If you are clear on facts, other things would be very easy for you to develop.
Right.
The research work would become easier, the drafting work would get easier. So I always start with the facts of the matter right from day one, birth of the matter, till the impugned order which I am challenging, chronologically.
Right.
I would prepare a proper list of events covering all the details, all the events. So for doing that, I have to go through each and every document.
True.
And once you go through each and every document, you have prepared your list of events, you are very clear in your mind as to what nature of relief you want in the matter, what are the grounds that you can raise in your matter, what are the legal provisions that you can invoke, and what are the judgments which you can do research for and cite before the court.
Right.
This is how I prepare a matter.
Right, sir. So what other hobbies do you have and how do you pursue them along with your professional work?
Along with my professional work, the only hobby that I have, as I said, is playing sports.
Right.
Be it table tennis, be it volleyball, be it lawn tennis, squash, any sports. I'm a sports lover.
Right.
Apart from cricket, of course, I play all these sports whenever I get the opportunity. I am, in fact, even as on date, I can say that I'm fortunate enough because we are playing cricket even as on date. What happens is that there are two tournaments which I play. I play the internal Premier League which we organize in our High Court, which we call High Court Premier League. Every year we play it during the month of November. And the second tournament is a tournament which is organized by the All India Advocates Cricket Association.
Right.
And which is in which, in fact, around 18 to 20 high courts participate, and also Supreme Court Bar Association participates. That is held in the month of December during winter vacations.
Right.
So I get this opportunity to play during weekdays in weekends in November as well as in December. And secondly, there's one more thing which I do on every Friday evening. After the court hours, after we take our dinner, we have a group of lawyer friends who play table tennis after dinner on Fridays. Every Friday we play.
Right.
It is a stress buster for us. We play for 2-3 hours and we have a good time together.
Right, sir. Sir, how are you passing your days during this lockdown?
The crisis, as you are aware, is something which no one would have expected.
Right.
But if you want to take something positive out of it during lockdown, the first thing is that you get ample amount of time to spend with your family, quality time with your family.
Right.
What I'm doing is that I get enough now, since because of lockdown, I'm getting opportunity to play with my kids. We play the entire day. We play different games. We do stretching exercise together. We watch quite a number of good movies together. And one funny thing I would like to share with you is that I also help my wife, of course, in the daily chores. Wow. I'm not fond of cooking. I try to cook food. So the first step, it happens stage-wise.
Right.
The first step was of chopping of vegetables. I started with that. And I would say that I became a master in that. Wow. Then I was given the task of finding out at which places the spices are kept in the kitchen. So I learned also as to where the masalas are being kept in the kitchen, how to use those spices in food, and ultimately the stage came of cooking of food. I started with two breakfast items like poha and upma. And after it was tasted by my family members, all of us sat together. We took a mutual decision together I should shift back to chopping of vegetables.
Excellent. Yeah.
This is how I'm spending time. I'm having good time with my family.
Right, sir. Sir, any message that you would like to give to the legal fraternity at large?
Purush, I'm too small to give message to the legal fraternity, but of course I would like to give a suggestion to my junior friends,
Yes.
upcoming lawyers in this profession.
Yes.
One thing I would like to say is that, I've seen people getting too much attached to a matter,
Right.
or remaining detached from a matter.
Right.
I will elaborate. What I feel is one should not get too much attached or too much detached. I'll just explain it. If you get too much attached to a matter, what I feel is that you would cross the line from being assertive in a matter to becoming aggressive in a matter.
Right.
Aggression in a matter would not only hurt your matter, but would also hamper your growth in the profession, and ultimately your client would be the sufferer.
Right.
At the same time, if you are too much detached from a matter, you will take matter very casually.
Right.
And you would not give 100% to the matter.
Right.
As a result of which, your client would again suffer.
True.
Because if you get so much casual in a matter, it may be a matter for you, one another matter, but it is a question of life and death for your client. So
Right.
what I would suggest is that instead of getting even too much detached, you should strike a proper balance.
Right.
You should make your full efforts. You should be very responsible. You should be very sincere while preparing and arguing a matter. This is what I would like to say, that don't get too much attached and also don't get too much detached from it.
Of course, sir, this advice will be very helpful to all of us. Thank you Praful, for sparing time with us. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Purush. Thank you.